Nerd Badgers! I'm on my way. Oh, yeah. Woo! You hear that, baby? You hear that thing purring? Oh, yeah. Nerdmobile. Got a little bit of upgraded. Got a good upgrade. It's been upgraded. What's up, everybody? Welcome to your Monday stream on my way to Nerd Ventures Tower. And yeah, it's going to be a dang good show, man. Lots to go over. Some updates to some of the things we talked about late last week. Crazy rumors with regards to the Multiverse of Madness. Even more crazy stuff going on. Lego stuff with regards to Multiverse of Madness. And also some new Lego stuff that just dropped this morning for Thor 4. Love and Thunder. There's also some crazy Star Wars stuff to get into. Man, shaping up to be a pretty busy show. A pretty busy week. I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. Woo! Oh, yeah. Woo! What is up, everybody? Man, I was almost even more late than usual when it came to today's stream because of those upgrades to the Nerdmobile. Holy crap, man. That thing can purr. That thing's pretty crazy. Yeah, we had it in the shop all last week. I don't know if you noticed, but I did a lot of flying in the Iron Nerd suit last week because we had that thing in the shop, so I'm pretty excited. Shout out to Adam for helping us out with some upgrades, more of which you will be seeing soon here on the stream. How you guys doing, man? How was your weekend? Monday show. Lots of fun stuff to get into. There were a ton of cool things that dropped over the course of the weekend. I had a pretty chill weekend myself. I feel pretty recharged. I feel good and ready to do a ton of content for you guys this week. I will say right off the bat, a couple of things I want to say. We have an X-Men video dropping later today. I just recorded the 2 bits of it, actually, and I have to sort of like do a little bit of an edit, then pass it off to Fernie after this, and then that will drop for you guys later today. So we will talk about some of the X-Men stuff today, right? Like the Wolverine bit. We will get into that. But I'm doing a thorough breakdown of all X-Men stuff in Multiverse of Madness and how I think you're going to get even more X-Men after that with some other rumors and reports that are out there. It's like I'm pulling all the stuff together for that one. I also want to say we will go over some of the Star Wars stuff today as well. I'll probably do a good bit of discussing some of this stuff with my man Star Wars Theory later tonight. So that'll be really, really cool as well. Wednesday night this week, guys. We don't stream on Wednesday mornings anymore, but we do Nerdventure streams at night on Wednesday. And this week, I really wanted to watch the finale of the show Legion. And I wanted to break that down because of all the X-Men stuff that we've been talking about. And I just felt like that show was brilliant. And the ending of that show is, dare I say, a perfect ending, which is really rare in pop culture. So we'll be going over that Wednesday. And I only want to say that just because in case some of you guys actually want to watch the show or get caught up on it before Wednesday, go check that out. I guess you don't have a ton of time to go figure it out. But regardless, that's what I want to do on Wednesday. I'm resetting the CloudBot right now. Somebody said Streamlabs wasn't working, so I'm going to reset it right now. And let me think. Is there anything else going on this week? Is there anything else spicy happening? I don't think so. We'll have a little Nerdventure stream today at 1 p.m. going over some things, just kind of hanging out, talking about things coming for the channel and the brand. But yeah, other than that, should be just a week of fun content, man. 100% just into doing all of that. So I hope you guys are doing good. A 16-hour Nerd Theory? I don't think so, no. Wait, what? I just reset it, but how's the gambling on? I literally just looked at it and the gambling's not supposed to be on. You all just wanted to reset it just so you can get some gambling going on. Oh my God. Holy shit. You guys, man. Whew. You guys. Killing me. Killing me today, man. Killing me already, you know? You tricked me. You know? You freaking tricked me. We had a nice thing going, you and I. And then you guys just had to go and ruin it. You had to go and ruin a good thing. You had to go and ruin a good thing. Oh, and shout out to Paul, by the way. Saw his little babies. He shared a picture on Twitter, man. Cute looking kids. Wifey kids, everybody's all good over there. So much love to Paul, man. You love to see it, and I'm happy that he's so happy, for sure. Okay, so let's get into some of these crazy things that are going on here. This one, I think, no, that's not one we need. I tell you what, we'll start with the Wolverine bit. Then we'll do the Lego rumor thing, because it's pretty freaking wild. Okay? Okay, so this just happened. I believe it was yesterday, actually. Unless I'm mixing my days up and confusing things, I think this just happened yesterday, okay? Rumor! Another fan favorite X-Men may appear in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm quite excited. Quite excited for these mutants and all these different things that are going. Oh, yeah, just leave it on? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I see you guys. I see you guys being all crazy. Crady? That's the new way to say it, is crady. Okay, so let's get into this. One more rumor has made its way online, teasing an additional X-Men potentially joining Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It doesn't look like the rumors will end anytime soon surrounding Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. At this rate, they may be adding any character they possibly could, which hopefully won't take away from Doctor Strange's story. Right after a new Lego set may have confirmed two long-standing rumors, which we're going to get into in a second. It's about Spider-Man. It's about Iron Man. It's about hype. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour these leaks. Okay. It seems that another rumor popped up. The Illuminati, who I continue to say the Illuminati is good, man. The Illuminati is good. They're good at what they do. Okay, they have incredible sources. Joe Declamere, somebody pronounce this word. Declamere. Oh, God, I'm the worst. Okay, in his tweet, he highlights that we're getting Wolverine back, but it won't be Hugh Jackman. Here's what he says here. We will see Wolverine in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but it definitely won't be Hugh Jackman. Can I show you guys something else that I think is pretty funny, too? Look, no shade. You know what I mean? No shade at all. But I'm pretty sure I saw this same dude. Say, okay, yeah. On February 19th, I saw this tweet pop up from this guy. Okay. By the way, all love, Joe. It's all love. But he says here, I was told by someone I should have more of a Twitter presence because I have the ability to break news. Thoughts? And like pretty much like all of his scooper friends and everybody's like, yeah, totally. Like, dude, what are you? Yeah, of course. And then like out of nowhere, if you look at his timeline, he kind of starts dropping some stuff. You know what I mean? And he drops this huge Wolverine bit, right? And it's blowing up right now. And look, I'm happy for the guy, and I think that he will probably get more of a Twitter following after this. Some of the other stuff that he says, I'm curious to see if Namor shows up in Multiverse of Madness. I don't know what that could mean. He could be teasing something there. I wonder if they'll be able to put a whole new together film with as much as they shot for the Multiverse of Madness. What cameos everybody hoping most for? This is something that I've been talking about and repeating to you guys often, is that the thing we got to keep in mind with Multiverse of Madness is that they shot the movie. They basically shot a whole nother movie, and they're still shooting stuff, right? So basically anything and everything is on the table. But regardless, pretty interesting that you're going to get a Wolverine, but definitely won't be Hugh Jackman. Now, again, I go over some of this in the big video that will drop later today, all about mutants and X-Men, and just like, dude, I'm so fucking hyped. Like, bro, like mutants, X-Men, like, let's go. Like, this is it. This is the stuff we've been waiting for. But it's really curious that it won't be Hugh Jackman. Now, the last we heard about this was that Hugh Jackman he didn't want to come back right now, but he's open to possibly coming back for Secret Wars, right? This is sort of corroborated between some things that My Time to Shine Hello said. I believe Casey Walsh said that at one time they had this massive scene in the script where Logan would fight against Scarlet Witch and she would just decimate him, right? So it appears that is not going to happen. And in my mind, I kind of thought this just meant, well, then that's all she wrote for Wolverine. Do you know what I mean? Now, kind of seeming like we're getting more Wolverine. So the question is, and I put this question to you guys in the chat, I want to know, what's the deal? What Wolverine do you think this is? Do you guys have any theories? Do you guys have any desires? I see Deckelmeyer. Like I said, Deckelmeyer, of course, dude. Of course, Deckelmeyer, duh. I hear that. Danny DeVito, Wolverine would be great, of course. Let's see. What else? What do you guys think? Who do you think this Wolverine could be? Who would you want to see as Wolverine? What do you think? Henry Cavill? Oh, bruh. I got to be honest. I legit had not even considered that until you said it. But, whoa. Henry Cavill. Okay, but the thing is, that's kind of interesting that you say that, because we have a Henry Cavill story later on in today's stream, and it's sort of a follow-up on the Peacemaker finale and Justice League and all that sort of stuff. Everybody got all mad at me on Friday because I was like, here's what I think about the thing that James Gunn did with the Snyderverse. Good, but not good enough. And everyone was like, you're a hater, Josh. So we'll talk more about that later, because it did come out that Batman and Cyborg originally going to be in that scene, and Warner Brothers was like, no, we don't want to make all the fans united and feel good about shit. Fuck that. Carl Urban, that's a good choice. Mel Gibson as Wolverine, I kind of like him, I'm not going to lie. Liv Schreiber? You're a hater, Josh. Ashtray from Euphoria as Wolverine or bust. Gotta be honest, I don't know who that is, brother. Kid Harington would have been perfect. I don't know, he's a little too soft, in my opinion. A little too soft. He's the right height, though. 5 foot nothing. Y'all saying too tall, but how tall is Hugh? Hugh's like 6'2" or something like that. Yeah. He's too tall for the role, too. But they thought, my mom, let me think about this. My mom as Wolverine. Hang on, let me think about this. Flawless casting. Kanye. Oh, dude, yes, Kanye. How did I not think of this before? Kanye as Wolverine. I mean, you want to crack open the multiverse. You really want to crack open that multiverse? Yay. Wolverine. I don't know, I'm trying up here. It's Monday. Everybody relax. Yeah, that would be cool. I'm convinced. Daniel Radcliffe, that'd be cool. Theory? Dude, Theory would be great. Josh as Wolverine. I mean, I could do it. I'd have to get in shape, though. I'm getting that dad bod life. Scar Joe as Wolverine. Fernie, this is why I love you, man. Yes. Of course she could play. You know what? No. I'm going to take it to one more level, and if this is disrespectful and cancelable, then direct your angry emails to Fernie. I just figured it out. Where's my button to zoom in on my face? This is some real shit. Where is it? Man, that's not... Shit. What the fuck is this? Right there, but it should be more zoomed, just being honest. Okay, look. Here we go. Scarlett Johansson playing Kanye, playing Wolverine. There you go. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Again, if that's cancelable, please fucking cancel Fernie instead. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. You know, they go on in this article to talk about how there are rumors that we might get the X-Men 97 series characters in this movie. And that might be the Charles Xavier from the X-Men 97 characters in this film. Again, full details and thoughts and craziness and literally like nerd boner juice coming to you in the X-Men video that we're going to talk about later today. But now let's move into a different topic. This one's pretty crazy as well. We're not 100% sure what this all means. We don't know. But let's just talk about it. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, spoiler confirmed by Lego Rumors. So here we go. The Lego rumor mill has today churned out word of a 76,000 piece set for the Sanctum Sanctorum, which is said to be the Lego group's biggest take yet on Doctor Strange's New York home. The 2,700 piece model is rumored to arrive in May or June for $210, but that's not the... Wait, what? 218, the Sanctum Sanctorum. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's only a 3,000 piece. 76,000 pieces does seem pretty absurd now that I think about it, but I don't know about Legos. More intriguing is the mooted minifigure lineup, which is said to be included. Last chance to avoid spoilers. If you want to avoid spoilers, I mean, come on. Do you really want to avoid spoilers? Okay, let me ask the chat another question. Put a 1 into the chat right now if you're here and you don't want spoiled, but you're also not going to leave, and you're down and you're going to get spoiled, and you also think that there should be 67,000 pieces in that thing. Okay, cool. Cool. Sounds good. Cool. Sounds good. Nice. Cool. I'm glad we're on the same page. 76,000 was too much. You guys are crazy. Okay, here we go. 3 versions of Doctor Strange. Wanda Maximoff, Baron Mordo, Iron Man, and Spider-Man's. The rumor doesn't explicitly say the set is based on the Multiverse of Madness, but Wanda's presence suggests as much. She's front and center in the movie's trailers, after all. And if that's the case, what are Iron Man and Spider-Man doing there? The web-slinger teamed up with Doctor Strange in last year's Spider-Man No Way Home, but the universe had forgotten who Tom Holland's Peter Parker was by the time the credits rolled. Iron Man, meanwhile, is essentially history at this point in the MCU. Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark didn't survive the events of Avengers Endgame. Let's start with Spider-Man. One rumor currently floating around the web suggests that the wall crawler making an appearance in the Multiverse of Madness will actually be Tobey Maguire. Maguire, who reprised his role in the as the original Peter Parker in No Way Home. That's according to Diz Insider Show, which states that Andrew Garfield may also return alongside Maguire. The Lego rumor may therefore go some way to corroborating that claim. If it pans out as expected, and if it is indeed based on the Multiverse of Madness, it also means that the 76,000-piece set of the Sanctum Sanctorum could provide our first opportunity in almost 2 decades for a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's minifigure. Or our only Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's minifigures outside of 2013 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I didn't realize that was the case. That's wild. As for Iron Man, well, rumors surrounding that character's return in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness have actually been doing the rounds since September 2020, when MCU insider Daniel Rickman reported that Tom Cruise could appear as Tony Stark from an alternate Earth. I like that this was like actually even before that, I believe, but I do, of course, remember Daniel talking about this a lot in 2020. The latest trailer for Doctor Strange, blah, blah, blah. People think this is the Iron Man. Okay? I don't. But nonetheless, it's pretty interesting that you have this big set. All right, so let's talk about this. So, here's the deal, Janelle. I can't decide what the hell is going on with Iron Man. Let's talk Iron Man first, then we'll talk Spider-Man's, okay? And let me pull something else up that I want to show you here. And why do I feel like I'm Mega Man right now? I can't stop moving like this. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's look at this. Check this out. We talked about this last week, too. Y'all remember? Y'all remember? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember. Iron something variant. What the fuck does that mean? Iron something variant. And we talked a lot about this. We were like, okay, could be Iron Lad and Kang, and I like that. Okay? Could be Iron Doom, and it's the infamous Iron Man. Could be Iron Spider. It could be Iron whatever. There's a bunch of different irons, right? So there's a bunch of different people that this could be. I don't understand why she said Iron something variant, okay? Look, I'm just going to tell it to y'all straight. I'm going to tell it to you straight. I do think that Tom Cruise as an Iron Man variant is in the film. I do. But here's what I can't kind of wrap my head around, okay? Like let's go through this, right? Let's try to like plan it out and think about what happened. We have to remember, of course, that there was these rumors of Tom Cruise Iron Man, right? There were rumors that Krasinski, Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic. There were rumors that Patrick Stewart was meeting with Kevin Feige. There were rumors that Hugh Jackman was meeting with Kevin Feige. There were all these rumors back in the day. Many of those have been proven to be at least true. By the way, Patrick Stewart didn't even deny that he had meetings with Kevin Feige. Remember, he said, if it weren't for Logan, I would be open to returning to the character. But now that Logan is here, I'm not open to returning to the character. Something must have changed, of course, because now he's totally a different version of that character back in the MCU. Okay? But if we think about this, like, did they plan a scene that was going to have Wolverine in the movie, and then they couldn't get Hugh Jackman, and they said, okay, well, we can't get Hugh Jackman, so we'll just do it with a different Wolverine? Is that what's going on? Did they have a scene with Iron Man as a variant, and then they couldn't get Tom Cruise, so then they removed it? Who is this Iron something variant that she's talking about? So with this whole thing, it's been sort of tricky to try to figure out what is going on. And again, I want to come back to that macro point, the big point that we always must keep in mind here. They shot a whole movie. They shot a whole nother movie. They screened their new movie, which is a combo of both of those movies, and they're still adding stuff to the movie as we speak. Okay? So I'm going to tell you my theory right now on what is happening. Okay? And I could be 100% wrong on this. We don't know for sure. But here's what I think is happening. I think it's very possible that Hugh Jackman Wolverine is in the movie. I think it's very possible that Tom Cruise Iron Man is in the movie. I think a lot of the things that we are hearing are not in the movie, but yet we have evidence that just like the Sir Patrick Stewart thing. I mean, think about the Patrick Stewart thing. They shot a scene with him in the original cut. Then they shot different versions of that scene. Like, we know that, right? I think Sir Patrick Stewart was heavily involved in the reshoots, not in the original stuff. He had a meeting. They had talked about this. They did all these different things. They shoot with a double during principal photography. Then they bring in Sir Patrick Stewart for the reshoots to like add it together. Okay? And when I start to think about all of these other, we're gonna get sued by Dr. Disrespect if you don't change that shit. Just change it. Just fucking change it. I love alleyways too, man. I do. But nah, fam. We can't risk that. Okay. Yeah. So either one of two things are happening here. Either they had a version of the film where they had all of these dudes and all these cameos figured out and they were good to go, and then they couldn't get those people and they are seemingly shifting things around, reworking it. Or the thing they wanted originally is absolutely totally what we are going to get, and what we're watching now is all of these insiders and scoopers trip over themselves and not be able to figure it out because they're all hearing different things. They're seeing different versions of the movie, and Marvel is being very, very secretive on how they're adding all of this different stuff into the movie. How is a Lego set, like, because think about it. If the Lego set is real, and it has Iron Man and Spider-Man in it, and they play some kind of a significant role in the movie with the 3 different versions of Doctor Strange, right? And Wanda. then merchandising has to know about that way in advance. Way in advance. Well, when did they first start having these conversations? Way in advance. When he met with Sir Patrick Stewart, it was way in advance. When he met with Hugh Jackman, it was way in advance. Like, I'm just telling you guys, we don't know for sure, and it's possible that they're not in the film. And as best I can say is that, look, there's a lot of reliable people saying things about it, right? But think about Deadpool, okay? John Toby Weiner Lovin' Campia said recently on his show he heard from a source 100% Ryan Reynolds is not in the movie. Bruh. It says right here Deadpool's in it. Okay? I'm not saying that My Time Shining Low is ironclad 100%, but you add this, you add the lying of Ryan Reynolds in that interview last week. Like, come on, bro. You add in Rob Liefeld teasing out all these different things. And then again, John Toby Weiner Lovin' absolutely loves Toby Weiner. Can't get enough of Toby Weiner. It's all over he's a Toby Weiner lover, worshiping Weiner, Toby Weiner face. John Campia reported that somebody told him 100% Reynolds is not in the film. Well, it's starting to get to the point where shit's so conflicted and things are so wild that the only actual reasonable explanation is that they're fucking with us. They're fucking with us. And so part of me thinks all of this shit's going to be in there. All of it. All of it. That's what I think. And the current versions of the movie and the things that are going on right now, it's all meant to sort of hide and disguise what is actually happening in the film. Now, let's talk about the Spider-Mans. Again, we've talked about this several weeks ago. Big time report. Tobey Maguire, heavily rumored to be in Multiverse of Madness. The Portuguese voice actor was hanging out with the Portuguese voice actor for Lizzie. They be talking about how some big things are coming. There's a Diz Insider podcast. They're talking about how Toby, yeah, definitely in the movie. Andrew probably as well. Okay? If this movie is supposed to be a celebration of Marvel, of all of Marvel, then I'm telling you right now, like, I think the weirdest stuff is happening. I think we will look back at this movie and think it is very similar to things that were done with the Luke Skywalker cameo in The Mandalorian Season 2, with them hiding things, maybe deepfake technology, maybe imprinting a different performance from something over here into that thing over there. I don't know for sure, but the more I hear about these different things, the more I'm like, man, it's all going to be in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's legitimately all going to be in there. So, I don't know, man. Like, you guys think I'm crazy? Like, let me look at the chat. Let me see what's going on in the chat right now. Hang on now. Ryan Reynolds does not have to be in it for Deadpool to be in it. This is true. All right, let me reset this chat because I think I'm way behind on chat. I think I'm way behind on chat. Why does this happen all the time? Okay. Here we go. And by the way, we need like 1 million more likes. I know there's only like 900 people watching, but like we need 1 million more likes. So let's get it. Oh, Vivi. Oh, shit. What's the Vivi today? Vote Loki. 4 seconds. 3. Wouldn't it be sick if I grab this shit? 1. Boom. I'm done. I'm done with VV. I'm done with all of those letters. I don't want to talk about anything that's got an E in it or a V. Oh, wait. The Nerd Vengers. Anyway. Okay. So, what do you guys think? I want to end this poll, and I want to ask you guys what you think. Do you think Kevin Feige is hiding many cameos from, I would say, I guess, screenings? Let's find out what you guys think about that. Sheev says, it's true. All of it. Wait, you got one, Scott? Nice. Reject VV, rise above them. hey, man, I'm heavily invested in VV. I've got thousands of dollars of these digital collectibles. Don't call them NFTs. Everybody will freak out. What do you guys think? Because it's like, I feel kind of weird saying this because I'm technically not trying to get everybody's like hypes super like out there. But like, think about what has happened. You're telling me that back in the day, we're hearing about the John Krasinski shit. There's all the Reed Richards stuff and all that. And then it ends up being real. It ends up being real in 2 years in the making. And I know for a fact that after the Krasinski stuff happened, Marvel got pissed, bro. They got fucking pissed. And remember, I talked to you guys about this. Marvel started using muscle to try to get people to shut the fuck up. Grace did a whole video about this. I've talked to many different people about this behind the scenes, about the pressure, about the thing. Like, Feige doesn't want you at all. Like, Feige's not trying to have anybody talk about this stuff as though it were confirmed, right? Right? So I'm not saying like, oh, it's 100% confirmed. All of our dreams are coming true. But what I am saying is one of the possible explanations for why things are so disjointed as far as what is happening is the fact that, bruh, all that shit's happening. All that shit's happening. All of it. How many of those rooms are? All of them. What's it going to be? All of them. Like, for real, for real. Like, even to this day, I still think that Hugh Jackman Wolverine could be in the movie. Do you know what I mean? Like, is it possible that the homie that said this over here, that, like, it's true, we'll see a Wolverine, but definitely won't be Hugh Jackman? It's possible. Is it also possible that there's a cut of the film that has a Wolverine in it that isn't Hugh Jackman, that people close to him have seen, and that he's getting really good information that says Hugh Jackman's not in the movie? Yes. Is it possible that John, Toby Wiener loves wieners all over Toby Wiener face McCampia? Is it possible that he is hearing from a very reliable insider that saw a version of the movie where Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds are not in it, that he's seeing that and it's not in the movie? Absolutely, that's possible. Is it possible that they shot a version of the movie with a stand-in for Sir Patrick Stewart, which is why the previs looks like Patrick Stewart, but at the time, nobody could confirm for sure whether or not it was Patrick Stewart, and then in the reshoots, they add Patrick Stewart to it? Yes, it's possible. Pay attention! Pay attention. So I don't know, man. I don't know. As best I can, I'm going to follow the evidence. I'm going to report what these other people are saying. I don't have access to all these different, sources that they have access to, but I can read in the tea leaves, and I'm pretty good at prognosticating. So, honestly, if it's another Wolverine, I'm cool with that too. But I can't help but think it's another Wolverine until they add in that Hugh Jackman shit, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, at this point, that actually seems more likely. I don't know. I could be wrong. When it comes to the Tom Cruise Iron Man thing, again, like, bro, like, how crazy is this shit? We're hearing that it's a thing, right? Then all of a sudden, when it becomes a little bit more real, when it's like that time to confirm or deny, all of a sudden, Tom Cruise isn't in it. They didn't get that worked out. Like big screen leaks. Like, look at this. Where's it at? Big Screen Leaks the other day said there's no Iron Man variant in Multiverse of Madness, but maybe I'm asking the wrong questions. What does that mean? Here we go. Yeah. Personally, didn't hear anything, but maybe I don't ask the right questions. How high is it some kind of Iron Man variant in Doctor Strange? Like, what's the deal, dude? Like, what's the deal? Like, how are you not saying he's not in there or he's in there? He's in there or he's not in there? Like, what does this mean? I personally didn't hear anything, but maybe I'm not asking the right question. It's almost like everybody knows what's going on. And it's like everybody's playing ball. You know what I mean? And then you got this Ironmonger, which I was like, whoa, this is pretty crazy. But the homie that we were just talking about said that he thinks this is actually more for Ironheart, the show, which makes a lot of sense. Why is it Iron something variant? Like, what is happening, dude? It's crazy, right? So, I mean, look, I'm into it, and I'm a fan of, like, this hype and you know, speculation and all that sort of stuff. But, like, if you're asking me straight up, what do I think is going on? I think they're all fucking in it. I think all of them are in it. All of them. So, let's talk about a couple of different things, man. Look, this is a thing. Okay? This is a thing I want to talk about. We talked about late last week. Again, you guys totally unreasonable. None of you guys had really good takes about this. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like a bunch of bad takes, basically. Okay? The post-credit, or rather, the ending of Peacemaker, the finale. It's got the Justice League in it, right? Zack Snyder's Justice League, by the way. And when we talked about this on, Friday, I said, I had mentioned that I actually believe that his intention, that James's intention, was to have the full Justice League, all of them, including Batman and Cyborg, and that DC likely stopped him or stepped in and said, nah. And now we more or less have it confirmed that there was a Batman and a Cyborg double originally in that cut. Okay, and I think this is the perfect meme for it right here. James Gunn is out here supporting Zack Snyder's vision by bringing the entire Justice League to Peacemaker finale, including Ray Fisher's Cyborg, and Warner Brothers just said, nah. I remember I said, like, these two dudes are friends. These guys are homies. Like, they know each other, they like each other. Zack's given James advice on Suicide Squad, etc. So, again, it just kind of shows, man, that, like, this is why we can't have anything nice. And I know on Friday I was pretty negative about the finale, and I was pretty negative about DC overall, okay? But there's hope. Okay? This dude who worked on the movie, supposedly, has said, as I've said 3 times already, Henry Cavill is in The Flash. Okay. So I'm actually partially excited about this, and I think that if we were to look at the finale and say, okay, the OG Justice League, Cyborg and Batman are cut out for whatever reason. But Superman is not, and it does appear that it's Henry Cavill's Superman. Like, the body double for that guy, he posted pictures out there as well. Good-looking dude, Superman-esque looking dude, but it's definitely Henry Cavill. Okay? So, it is possible that Henry Cavill's Superman is actually in the Flash movie. And I gotta say, if Henry Cavill's Superman is in the Flash, and if Ben Affleck's Batman, we obviously know Ben Affleck's Batman is in there, but, there's some weird rumors about that he's going to die in the movie. We'll see. This would be a big step in the right direction, and I think a lot of Snyder Cut fans would consider this to be an olive branch of sorts. As I've said, many times about the situation with DC and the situation with the Snyder Cut and what's going on over there, it's a really messy situation. I know many of you people feel differently about it. Like, we have a lot of people here that like Snyder, liked the Snyder Cut, like those movies, but aren't necessarily like Snyder bros or Snyder gals. They're not like hardcore. And so they're not as upset about a lot of the perceived disrespect and confusing things that Warner Brothers has done to sort of throw shade at, well, frankly, at Snyder's movies and his characters, right? I really hope this is true, and I'm very optimistic that if handled correctly, this could begin to make things right. This could begin to make things right. And so I'm pretty hopeful. And again, we'll just see. But it's possible that, like, they took Cyborg and they took Batman out of there because they wanted Peacemaker to be set in the post-Flash movie continuity. Does that then mean that Henry Cavill will still be around as Superman? I actually would like that quite a bit because then you could have Michael Keaton's Batman mentoring Barbara and, you know, Dick and the Bat family, which some of the shots of the Batgirl movie look sick with Keaton. Like, it looks awesome. If you have Henry Cavill Superman also mentoring in some way the new Supergirl, I think that would go a long way to kind of get fans a little bit more open to what is happening with DC moving forward, okay? So we'll see. I don't know. It's not going to solve all of our freaking problems. By the way, this is just kind of funny, and I wanted to say this. When I was thinking about Ironmonger and Tom Cruise, I was like, yo, what if it's the bald Tom Cruise that's playing a version of Jeff Bridges' Ironmonger character? I think that would be absolutely amazing. What else? Well, we can talk about this stuff. I definitely want to get into the Thor stuff, but there was something else. Oh, yes, this. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at this. And there have been a lot of like updates around this as well, so we will get into more of this again tonight on Nerd Theory. Maybe even I'll do a video about it or whatever, right? We have learned that Jon Watts is in talks to direct at least one episode of an upcoming mysterious, unannounced Star Wars series for Disney+, with plans to begin filming sooner than you might think. The currently unannounced series is going under the working title Grammar Rodeo, with production slated to begin this summer in Los Angeles. While we haven't been able to gather any concrete information on who will be writing this new project, we've heard from a handful of sources that Jon Favreau will be the executive producing. Favreau, of course, is an executive producer and writer on The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, and will soon be additionally credited as executive producer on Ahsoka. Let's go. Which is, at this moment, in pre-production, will begin filming later, or in the next couple of months. Sources tell us that talks with Jon Watts on directing at least one episode of the classified Star Wars series are dependent on his busy schedule. Following the major success of No Way Home, which has currently earned over $1.8 billion, without China, by the way, in the box office, Jon Watts has 3 hefty projects ahead of him, directing Fantastic Four revamp for Marvel Studios. Let's fucking go! Fantastic Four, Final Destination, who cares? For New Line and HBO Max and some kind of thriller for whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? It's all about the Fantastic Four over here. You know what I mean? So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? It's becoming a little bit more real. This new, likely to be High Republic, Stranger Things in space. And Jon Watts is an incredible director. I actually really like the dude. I think he's got good sensibilities, especially for the younger audiences. But you know what else really intrigues me about this article and this report? Jon Favreau probably writing and executive producing the show. Now, here's the deal. I'm starting to get the feeling, guys, and it's just my personal feeling here, but I'm starting to get the feeling that Jon Favreau wrote the Book of Boba Fett on toilet paper while literally taking a poop the day that Pedro Pascal walked off set. Okay? And that's actually not to throw any shade at Johnny Fabs, because that actually would make the show make a lot of fucking sense and would also be like, okay, look, obviously the dude had a lot of stuff going on, including possibly, maybe, writing a whole new, actually fucking important show in this High Republic thing. Okay? So, at the end of the day, like, my Star Wars brain, and we'll get into more of this tonight, is really grappling with a lot going on right now. Because Book of Boba Fett, the more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. Okay? We don't have to go there. We don't have to get pissed off right away. Okay? Man, the more I think about that show, the more I'm like, what the fuck? However, John becoming a producer on Ahsoka, I know Ryan said it's just a formality. I don't think so, brother. I think it actually means something. Indicates that John and Dave, their partnership is really starting to branch into other mediums. High Republic, this would be crazy. It's outside of the Filoniverse. What if John is now writing even more stuff? If John and Dave are really trying to take control of mostly a lot of live-action Star Wars stuff, right? Because there's that other rumor that they're going to take their talents to the silver screen, and that John and Dave are going to head to the film side of Star Wars next. And what we might be watching in real time is them filling up their plate with more and more Star Wars content and projects and heading towards some film type stuff and really just taking full ass control of Star Wars, which would be great. The only problem is what happened with Book of Boba Fett. Again, it just puts a lot of these things into question where it's like, I just want to know, like, what's the deal with that, man? Like, because it's just really weak writing. It's really weak writing. And I'd love to be really excited about John and Dave doing more stuff and doing all this other stuff and, like, you know, working on the Star Wars show. Let's just leave that. Let's just table that one for now, okay? We'll talk more about that on Nerd Theory, okay? So check this shit out, ladies and gentlemen. And after this, we'll get into the Q's and the A's. Thor, Love and Thunder. Okay, there's actually a lot in here. Okay? So, if you don't like going... Remember that one stream? Put a 1 into the chat if you remember when we spent a whole stream looking at Hugh Jackman's Instagram. Put a 1 into the chat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a great stream. We pulled up Hugh Jackman's Instagram, and we were like, okay, what's the timeline here? He looks like he's getting in shape here. Is this after he met with Feige? What the fuck? Wolverine, where you at? Okay? This will be less intense, so relax. So, what do we see here? We see a bunch of toys. We see Mr. Korg here. Looks like he's got some battle attire. Big ram's head on his belt. Looks like he's ready to go. Okay. Lady Thor. Jane. Thor Odinson. Here's Jane's new look. And God, does this figure look absolutely awful. But it's kind of cool. Like, again, the cracked Mjolnir. We went over this last week with the leaks and how wild all that shit looks. This one's pretty interesting. Goats. Y'all ready for some goats? In all seriousness, though, the really crazy thing here is this sword. You have, I believe this is Jane Foster Thor. Could be Thor, but I believe it's Jane Foster Thor because Odinson will probably not have a helmet. Yeah, this is him down here blasting him. This is Gore the God Butcher. And this is the black sword that Gore the God Butcher has, which we think, again, is going to be the Necro sword. Okay? And so, even though it's just a little teeny tiny thing, look, this one's 76,000 pieces as well. That's pretty crazy. So you've got him rocking the Necro sword. Pretty cool, man. Is there a possibility that this is going to connect with what they're doing over at Sony? I don't know. But it's pretty cool. We got a nice Mjolnir toy here. What the hell? Wish I could see what that actually says there. Yes. 76,000 pieces. It's pretty wild. And so this is the crew that you're working with here down here. You got Gore, you got Korg, you've got, I believe that's Valkyrie probably. And then you got Odinson, and then you've got What's-Her-Face. Now, look, we talked about this last week, but it does appear a couple of different things are happening. Number one, Gore the God Butcher going to be killing a bunch of gods. Okay, this has been a long-standing rumor. We think this is going to happen. He's going to kill some Asgardians. He might even kill Korg. He might even kill a bunch of the Asgardian actors that are going to show up, like a Matt Damon, right? And Korg might start killing them all. He might slaughter the Grand Master and some other gods that are out in there in the wild. This is going to lead to a big conflict where Thor is going to have to fight against Gore out there with Stormbreaker, but not quite have the power to defeat him and have to retreat. Meanwhile, Jane Foster may kind of come before the shattered pieces of Mjolnir and have it reform for some reason or whatever, and she's going to get that power. And we think because Eitri's going to be in the movie, he might make some, like, armor to make Thor a little bit more powerful, which might be where this, like, blue armor is coming from, like the blue and gold. It reminds me quite a bit of from the most recent comics where he is, like, the Herald of Galactus or whatever. So it's pretty wild. And I think it's actually trending right now. Now, let's see if anybody else has figured anything else cool about this. Yeah, so it's pretty hype. My feeling here, and we'll look at what they're saying on Murphy's Multiverse, is that this Necro Sword, man, could be the key to everything. And seeing it down here, oh, it's a much better shot. And seeing it right here, I mean, that's pretty nice, bro. And then you got some weird boat with goats, probably going across the cosmos in that boat. Oh, man. I would love for this to be a setup for Null, the symbiote gun. But regardless, pretty fun stuff, man. Pretty fun stuff. Quite excited to see this film. It's kind of sneaking up on us, man. It'll be in the middle of summer, after Multiverse of Madness. I think it's going to be super hyped up. And I'm quite excited for it. So just wanted to bring that to your attention. Is there anything else? Is there anything else going on in the world? I don't think so, man. I think we'll just get into Q&A for the rest of the show. All right, cool. Cool. Are we out of sync again? Look at this. Are we good? I can't even tell anymore. What is even life? You know what I mean? What is even life? Gonna delete some of these dilly-dallies. Yeah. Okay. We're going to break into Q&A in just a second here, guys. I do want to say, of course, Super Chats help us out. Help keep the lights on over here. You get a little nerd coin coming back at you, which is always really nice. And today's stream and all the streams over here are brought to you by the Nerd... Wow, that was great. The Nerdvenger members. I just, like, bashed myself in the face.